Hey everybody, Katie here. I'm actually going to be doing my very first Whatnot sale tomorrow, Tuesday, May 17th at noon Pacific time. And I'm really hoping that some of you guys can come and hang out, join me in the chat, participate, help me get through it. It is going to be my first time. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what's going to go wrong. I don't know what's going to go right, but it's going to be really fun. I've got 50 t-shirts that I'm going to be auctioning off. A few I'm going to start at $1. Mostly I'm going to start them at $5. I'd say it's 95% vintage, and what I'm going to be doing today is actually giving you a preview of everything that I'm going to be selling. So I'm going to try to keep it as short as possible, but I do have 50 t-shirts to get through. But I also want to do like a little preview of the stuff I'll be giving away. So whether or not you've been on Whatnot before, you are able to do giveaways, and it doesn't have to be, you know, you can enter without purchasing anything. You basically just are there, you hit enter the giveaway. And so I have a couple shirts I'm going to be giving away with that, but I'm also going to be doing kind of like this bingo game for people who do buy shirts from me. They're going to be able to enter, and I'm going to explain that a little bit more. But if you don't have a Whatnot account, I actually have a referral link down below so you can sign up for one, so you can come and at least watch and see what's going on. Also, I have the link down below of the actual sale. And when you do get on Whatnot, you can actually bookmark my sale, make sure you're following me, all that jazz. But let's get into this and see what's actually going to be happening. I'm going to flip this around here. First of all, I'm going to show you, I'm going to be doing 2 giveaways. And again, you don't have to purchase anything. I'm going to show this right up top because if you don't really care about buying anything, at least you can know what I'm going to be giving away. And so this first one is this dead stock Miller Genuine Draft Racing t-shirt. It's a large. It is dead stock. Really nice single stitch. And oh, actually, I'm a liar. It is double stitch, but it is vintage 90s Miller Genuine Draft Racing shirt. The other giveaway I'm going to be doing is this also dead stock all over print. Hold on a second. Let me catch that. Surfing t-shirt. Pretty cool. This one is single stitch. It's AWOL. It is a medium. You can see it's got the tags on it and everything. Just a really cool all over print t-shirt. So those are going to be the 2 giveaways that you do not have to purchase anything. You just got to be there to enter them, and of course have a Whatnot account. And then also I'm going to be doing this bingo game where basically every time you win an auction, you purchase one of the shirts from me, I'm going to let you pick a number, a bingo number, and I'll kind of show you what's going on here. So it's not actually bingo, I'm just using the bingo balls. But you'll pick a number between 1 and 75. Let's say you pick 57. I'm going to take this little bingo ball. I'm going to put it in my little mini bingo thing. And at the end of the show, there should be 50 of those little balls in there. And I will give this whole thing a spin and pick the person who wins the giveaway. Now, I have 3 shirts here that I'm considering making the giveaway shirts. So I want your guys' input on which one you think I should have as the giveaway. So I'm going to show you these really quick. So I'm not going to do all 3 of these. It's going to be one of the 3. So just comment down below which one you think I should have as my main giveaway for the bingo game. So this is kind of an all over print 90s Pepsi shirt. It is single stitch. It's very distressed. I think it's pretty cool. If you like that kind of thing. Again, single stitch. It's just this really cool kind of color block Pepsi t-shirt. It's a nice big size. It says medium, but it's like that oversized style. And then the next option would be this Grateful Dead 94 Las Vegas tie-dye t-shirt. This one's pretty brand spanking new, also single stitch t-shirt. And so that's option number 2. And then the third option is this t-shirt. This is a dead stock, new with tags, all over print, really cool Yellowstone t-shirt. And what's awesome about this one, you may have seen these shirts around. This is actually a sample t-shirt, and it's really cool because every single one of these was unique because it's you can see it's got the screen printing, but it's also hand painted and like airbrushed. So every one is going to be totally different. It's one of these star shirts, and these were actually sample t-shirts. And so this one, I think that's very cool. So you just let me know in the comments down below which one of these 3 shirts you think I should make for my bingo giveaway. All right, let's move on to the actual shirts I will be auctioning. I'll get those out of the way. I've got a lot of vintage in here. I'm going to start out with this Punisher t-shirt. This one's from the movie, so it's 2005, so whether or not you consider that vintage, it's got some distressing. Again, most of these I'm going to start at $5. There might be a few that I'll start at $1. Single stitch t-shirt right here. Toxic Skier. Try to give you an idea of what these shirts look like. The pictures are also up on my sale on Whatnot. That's just a really cool shirt right there. This is a dead stock Johnson Space Center t-shirt, NASA t-shirt, single stitch. I believe this one's dead stock as well, on Stedman tag. This is a really cool British rock family tree t-shirt, also dead stock. This has like pretty much every British rock band or artist. This t-shirt, I think they originally made this like back in the 80s, but this one is from 94, and so it's got, you know, bands that were playing up through 94 on it. Just a really cool t-shirt if you're into the old rock and roll. Next up, I've got this Fear Nothing Gear vintage 90s t-shirt. It's got some sweet rollerblading on the back. It's pretty awesome. I don't know about you guys, but I played some serious rollerblade hockey when I was a kid. Next up, I've got this 80s, also dead stock, Rambo First Blood Part 2 sleeveless t-shirt. It's pretty tiny. All the measurements are up on the Whatnot app. If you look at the stuff I have for sale that are going to be going up for auction, I have all the measurements on there. Next up, I have this really cool Magic Mountain Revolution roller coaster t-shirt. This one's like a nice big size too. This is a 2X on the Stedman tag. Also dead stock, kind of this cool puffy print. Next up, I've got, this is just a Loot Crate Star Trek t-shirt. So this would be one I'd definitely start at $1. It's a cool shirt, but it is not vintage at all. But if you like some Star Trek, which I do, it's pretty cool. Next up, I have this 80s Rhinestone t-shirt, 1984. This is a Sylvester Stallone Dolly Parton movie. I actually just sold, I had 2 of these. I just sold one last week for $100. This will be a $5 start, but it's single stitch. Next up, I've got this UNLV t-shirt, the Running Rebels t-shirt. This is vintage 90s. I think it's probably 1990 vintage. And next up, this Disney Magic Music Days from Disneyland. Nice big size, single stitch. That one is 90s. Next up, this is another one I'd start at $1. Not vintage, but a really cool Hellboy t-shirt. I think it's got a pretty awesome design. This is dead stock, double stitch. It's not, again, not vintage. This is from the 2019 movie, but if you're a Hellboy fan, pretty cool shirt. Next up, I've got this vintage Alamo t-shirt. This one's also dead stock, a cool 80s Alamo t-shirt on the Screen Stars tag. It says large, but it's definitely smaller than a large single stitch. Again, measurements are all in the Whatnot app. When you look at my sale, you'll be able to see all those listings. Next up, this t-shirt from the musical, I believe it's pronounced Ida. I don't know. A-I-D-A? I don't know. Anyway, Elton John, Tim Rice musical. It's a 90s t-shirt, potentially dead stock, but double stitch, but super cool shirt. Next up, oh, come on, we got the Pope, man. 1987 Pope t-shirt. This is dead stock, super tiny, but single stitch. Does have a little bit of a mark on there. Really cool shirt though. Next up, I've got this Absolute Vodka Illinois t-shirt, single stitch. This one's from probably late 80s, early 90s. Cool shirt. Next up, we've got Hard Rock Cafe Amsterdam. I think this one's pretty cool. It's kind of in the style of, what's his name? The artist. Now my mind's going blank, of course, because I'm making this video, but I think it's a kind of a cool art tee, even though it's a Hard Rock Cafe t-shirt. This one is double stitch, but I believe it is a 90s t-shirt. Next up, I've got this awesome all over print Kentucky Derby 1994 t-shirt. This one is single stitch all around. Very, very cool colors. Great print. Next up, another one that is not vintage, but this one's pretty cool if you're a comic book fan. Stan Lee, who is no longer with us. This was from an event that he was at in 2011. Just a really cool graphic on the front. Just, you know, kind of a cool little piece if you're a Stan Lee fan. Next up, I've got this Wild Cats, Big Cats t-shirt. Just a really cool shirt. You got your lion, you got your tiger, you got your leopards, your cheetahs. Really cool nature tee, animal tee, made in the USA, single stitch. Nice shirt, nice size. And we've got a 90s. I know the Tommy Hilfiger is not as popular anymore, but this is a really cool long-sleeved ski t-shirt. Very nice, cool graphic. Next we've got some Dixie Chicks, or the Chicks as they are now called. This is a 2000 tour t-shirt, double stitch, but definitely vintage Y2K. Nice big size. Next up we got some racing t-shirts, some really cool racing t-shirts. This one is another dead stock one, like that one that I'm doing as the giveaway. I love this one. I love the design. For those of you that know me, know that I love anything kind of space related. So I actually love this design. Probably one of my favorite racing t-shirts. It's on that Nice Man tag. This one, it's double stitch, but it is vintage 90s. Very, very cool. Next up, also another dead stock vintage 90s NASCAR racing t-shirt. This is like a really cool all over print. Just a really neat design. You can see there's nothing on the back, but this front design is very, very cool. Next up, I've got this. I think this is like 2003, maybe 2005. Jeff Gordon t-shirt, all over print. And it's just a really cool design. It is double stitch, as it is a Y2K shirt, but it's on that Chase Authentics tag. It's a nice big size. Next we've got, this is another one I'd start at $1. It's a women's kind of racing t-shirt. We can see it's got that really thin collar. It's on the anvil tag. This one, I'll start this one at $1. This would be a good way to get into the contest. Next up, I've got this steamboat shirt. It's kind of a cool little artsy moose t-shirt. This one's got some markings on it. It probably just needs to be washed. This is not when I washed it. I just picked it up. This one, it has no tag. Double stitch on the sleeves, but I would say this is probably late 90s. Next up, this one's on a Yazbek tag. It's another one I'd start at $1. This one's probably like in the 2000s. It's Cabo San Lucas, no bad days. I like the little graphic on the back. These cool lizards just chilling. Again, that one will start at $1. Next up, here's another one that's not vintage, but this is a Veronica Mars t-shirt. This was actually one of the prizes or incentives when you joined the Kickstarter to support the movie that they did. So just kind of a little cool piece of history, but again, not vintage. Next, I've got this really cool, probably early 80s dead stock Budweiser t-shirt. It's kind of like it's supposed to be kind of like a neon sign, but this is vintage, single stitch, super tiny. Next, we've got this t-shirt from the movie Dreamcatcher. For those of you who may not know, Dreamcatcher, that was a Stephen King book, and then this was the movie based off of that book. It's a cool baseball tee. This would have been from like, what, 2002 or something like that? Yeah, 2002. And this is actually a crew t-shirt. So this t-shirt belonged to somebody who was on the crew for that movie. So just kind of a little cool piece of movie memorabilia. Next up, I've got this vintage 80s Bahamas t-shirt, kind of a sailing theme, Nautica theme, and it's got single stitch, just nice color, yellow, definitely more on the slim side. Next, I've got, this is from the 80s, the Sean Penn movie called Bad Boys, not the cop TV show, but this was a movie, Bad Boys. You got Sean Penn right there looking real tough with a cigarette. This is vintage, cool, really cool baseball tee, single stitch. Next, I've got this on the front. It says Miller Genuine Draft, and on the back it actually has Dragnet. This is 1987. This was a movie that had Tom Hanks, and I can't remember who else was in it. But just a cool t-shirt, and that is on that old sneakers tag. Next, I've got, this will be one that starts at $1. This National Bible Quiz Champions 2000. So this is a vintage t-shirt. It doesn't have anything on the back, so the graphics, it's okay. Next, I've got this one. I don't know, this is vintage. I would say maybe it's early 2000s, but this is technically the Mountain It's not on the old Mountain tag. It's just like a Gildan tag, but it is dead stock, dyed and printed in the USA. It's got this cool goat on it, and it's kind of, you know, the mountain tie-dye kind of look to it. Next, I've got this dead stock Cardinals t-shirt. It is embroidered. It's kind of heavy. It's on this Lee Sport tag. It's got the tags, like I said. This one is like, it's a little bit, I don't know if you can see the date on it. Oh, this one's like 2003. So by Etsy standards, not quite vintage, but almost there. But just a really nice bright red St. Louis Cardinals t-shirt. Nice big size. This one, I love this shirt. Duck Off. This is vintage, single stitch, really fun little cartoon t-shirt. You got your cool duck. It's got his stereo there, his wine coolers, his flip-flops, which I don't really understand how those work with those feet, but whatever. He's a pretty cool cat, or cool duck, should I say. Just a cool vintage 80s shirt. Next, I've got this Hibernian soccer. I'm sure I'm pronouncing that horribly. I believe this is Irish. This is single stitch on a Fruit of the Loom tag. Nice big size. Next, I've got this Six Flags Superman t-shirt. This is from the Superman The Ride. It says assembled in the Dominican Republic of U.S. components. This is probably very late 90s, early 2000s. It is long sleeve, in good condition. Next up, I've got this Desert Storm, Army, Navy, Air Forces, Marines. This is a dead stock t-shirt from 1991 on the Stedman tag, so of course single stitch. Next, I've got this, here's another one I don't know if I'm going to be able to pronounce. It's like liquor or whatever, De Kuiper. I don't know. Why make a name like that? But the back I love because it's got a cow on it. It says, have a cow. It's utterly delicious. Look at that cool cow. There is some condition issues. This is a dead stock shirt, but you can see it's got some dye on it, which maybe you could get it out with bleach. I never tried on this one. Next, I've got this Loon t-shirt, the common Loon. And this one's on a Hanes tag. So this is going to be like 80s t-shirt, single stitch. Next, I've got this I Survived the 1994 California Earthquake t-shirt. So, of course, that's from 1984. We got single stitch. Next, I've got this. This is, again, not a vintage t-shirt. This is a WWE Extreme Rules Crew t-shirt from 2016. You can see it says Crew right there. So that would be one that would start at $1. This is a really cool 90s t-shirt, all over print on the Juanita tag. But it's like 50s advertising all over it. So it's just kind of a cool vintage t-shirt, and it's got like all these really cool 50s advertisements on it with single stitch. Next up, we've got this Las Vegas International Speedway Presents. It's a really cool kind of neon colors here. This one is a dead stock shirt. It's on the Screen Stars tag. I would say that's probably early 90s, single stitch. And it's also got this graphic on the back. So pretty cool. Next, we've got this Stardust Race and Sports book, but the back is actually for the Super Bowl 35. Ravens versus the Giants. This is probably one I'd start at $1. This is from 2001. And we got our last two shirts, guys. I've got this Bill Clinton t-shirt with his saxophone. Remember when he went on was it Arsenio Hall show and he played the saxophone to show how cool he is? Anyway, this is from 1992, The Cure for the Blues. I don't know why there's a little apostrophe after the. Don't ask me. I didn't design the shirt. This is on a Fruit of the Loom tag. Again, early 90s. Is it single stitch? Yeah, single stitch. Nothing on the back. Just really cool shirt. I do like the design. Good colors. And then the last one, again, not a vintage shirt. This one is from CNET. Run DMC performed in 2019. And so then the back has this kind of cool graphic of Run DMC. And so that is everything that I'm going to be auctioning tomorrow. Again, it's going to be at noon on Whatnot, noon Pacific time. The link to the actual show, the actual live sale, is down below, so you can make sure you go follow that link and bookmark it, so you don't miss out and you get alerts. Also, there's a referral link to sign up for Whatnot if you are not on there already. If you use that link, you will get $10 towards your first purchase, and then I'll get $10 too. So it's a win-win situation. But please come support me, hang out with me. It's going to be super fun, and win some prizes. And I will see you tomorrow. Bye.